Hey folks, and welcome to City Beat, your source for news and information here in the city of Rocky Mount. I'm Jesse Nunnery, and we haven't had City Beat in a while, but we felt like we needed to bring it back to keep you informed and updated on the latest news. So, no better person to start it with than Parks and Rec Director Joel Dunn, who joins us today here from Battle Park. Joel, how are you?
Excited to be here, excited to be in Battle Park, excited about the renovations that are going on, and just excited to answer any questions you may have.
Well, like Joel said, we're here in Battle Park. There are some renovations going on, and Joel, I know that started probably about a year ago with the Battle Park Master Plan, where you had a plan and some folks came to talk with you in a couple of different public sessions to tell them what they wanted to see in the park. So tell us about how that plan went and then what the folks wanted to see in the plan.
Well, when we started looking at renovations to Battle Park, we knew it would be very important to get public input from our citizens. It's a staple park in our system. It's used by so many different park users. You have walkers, runners, environmentalists that like to enjoy nature. You have fishermen. I mean, you ask it, whoever it is, they can use this park. So what we did is we offered 3 different stakeholder meetings, one that concentrated on a social aspect, one on the environmental, and one on the economic impact of the park. Basically, if you were a stakeholder in Rocky Mount, you were invited to one of those meetings to gather your feedback. We got great input from that, and after that we had 2 public meetings open to anyone that wanted to come. Basically, what we got back was a few things. The first thing is they want to feel safe in the park. As with any natural park, it's typically unmanned. It's a large open space. So when you're in that park, you want to have clear line of sight. You want to be able to see where you're going, and you want to feel safe. People love the nature of the park. They wanted that to maintain. They wanted to stay as a natural resource park. They love the river. They love the trees. They love the environment that's out here. So we want to make sure we protect that. And basically, they just wanted to be able to enjoy outdoor recreation programs. Trails were brought up a lot. Mountain biking was brought up. Of course, fishing. Our canoeing. We're on the 55-mile stretch of paddle trail that we oversee that runs through Battle Park. So, there were a lot of great public input that we were able to get from that. And the great thing about that is what we were able to turn that into was a lot of grant funding. We were able to pursue numerous grants. We've received 3 so far, with funding totaling over $650,000. And one of those grants, we were the number 1 grant submission in the state, and another one we were number 2. These are highly competitive grants, and a lot of that is attributed to the great public input we got from our citizens.
Yeah, that and the work of your staff, obviously, it took a lot of work to be number 1 in the state for a grant, so we congratulate you on that. The Tar River obviously is kind of the star of the show, as I like to call it here. Everything is built around it. So what are the folks who like to kayak or fish going to see as part of this plan?
Well, what they're going to see is they're going to have easier access to the river. Basically, over the past 10 to 20 years, what we've seen is a lot of undergrowth start to take over the park. We had some invasive species starting to grow up to where you didn't have clear line of sight, you didn't have easy access to the river. So basically what we did from there is we went to one of the leaders in our industry in forest management to figure out how do we safely manage our forest. And basically what he developed with us was a plan. The first part of that plan was kind of bring the park back to a neutral setting to where we could keep it under control. We started that this past January with forestry mulching. So basically what we've done is we've gone in and we've taken out the invasive species, the briars, the stuff that was starting to take over the park. Our smaller shrubs and bushes that can cause damage, we removed those as well. And basically what we wanted to do is we want to have a good tree canopy to protect the environmental integrity of the park. But basically the mulching also, it prevents erosion. Us being so close to the Tar River, of course we're in the floodplain. This park floods several times a year. And when that happens, you don't want you don't want all your soil and nutrients to wash away. So the forestry mulching helps with that. Of course, it gets rid of our invasive species, and it puts a mulch layer on the surface of the earth that helps prevent those invasive species from coming back. So when you come out, you're going to be able to see the Tar River from a lot of different points in the park you weren't able to see it from. If you're familiar with our rock formations over by where we're at now, you're going to have a lot of easier access for your kids to get down there and just play, have fun, and enjoy nature. So actually the shad are actually coming up the river right now. So if you're at the park, there's a ton of fishermen. We've received many compliments about the access they now have to the riverbank. So we're excited about the project.
So in the next year to 2 to 3 years, we'll see some changes. So if you could take us through maybe the end of 2021 and this time next year, what are we going to see that's different?
Well, we're going to finish up the forestry mulching. It's not complete yet. It was so wet in January we had to pull out. But we're going to, over the next couple months, we'll complete that process. From there, we're going to start looking to renovate the pier. We have 2 piers at Battle Park. Both of those are going to be completely renovated. We have a boat ramp, one of the most popular boat ramps in our system. That's going to be completely renovated. We're going to have some kayak canoe launches that are renovated as well. We're going to start to replace the asphalt trail in Battle Park. It's one of our most heavily used sections of trail, but it's also got a lot of root damage over the years of trees growing up underneath it. So it's over 8,000 feet of asphalt that's going to be repaved out here. We're going to add our first natural surface trail in our whole park system out here. Basically, that's a kind of like a 5K trail that's in the wilderness on the hard pan of the earth. Basically, you take this top layer of the earth off, and that'll cater to mountain bikes. It'll cater to walkers, runners, anyone who wants to use it. Where you won't be on asphalt, you'll just be on the earth. So we're really excited about that. We're going to increase the green space of the park. We have some parking lots that are in poor condition due to years of service. We think we're going to be able to take those out, replace those with some natural outdoor learning environments where we can add some native species to those areas and increase the greenery of the park. We're going to add some rain gardens. We've got some natural boulder areas that serve as natural play areas for this park. So there is a lot going on over the next couple years. Towards the end of it, the plan is to have a trailhead facility off Falls Road parking lot, where basically it'd be a restroom facility, which we currently don't have, and it would have the maps to all our trails, our kayak trail, our natural surface trail, and our walking trail, to kind of let you know where you are according to our park system. Battle Park connects both counties and about 8 different parks for us, from City Lake to Sunset Park Extension to Battle Park to Stiff Talbot to MLK. So it's it's an exciting time for Battle Park, and we're excited to get it done. You got to be patient. It's going to take a few years to get it all done. We have to work with numerous agencies to make sure we're in line with federal regulations regarding the river and riparian zones and all that. But our staff is doing diligent work with about 8 different agencies to make sure we're in line with all that. So we're excited.
Sounds like a busy staff, and they wouldn't have it any other way. But thanks, Joel, for joining us today and giving us a little insight on what's going on here in Battle Park.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on our first redone edition of City Beat. Please join us online. You can subscribe to the newsletter, which is also named City Beat. Comes out every other Thursday. Visit our website at rockymountnc.gov for the latest news and information as well. I'm Jesse Nunnery, and we'll see you next time.